Let's get back to it. Phoenix Wright. I really love the game, by the way. I don't know. I don't know if I mentioned that. Anyway. September 7th, 10 a.m. District Court. Time to do the court stuff. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Fey. Alright, it's Edgeworth. Good old Edgeworth. It's our rival character. How does he sound like? I don't know. I think he sounds like a little British, I guess. But I don't know how to do a British accent. I don't know how to do any accent, really. I'm really bad when it comes to, like, you know, that sort of thing. You know, having like different accents and stuff. But let's see, like, I imagine him like he's smug, right? He's like smug. He has this thing, right? What's it called? What's it called? I was gonna say apricot? No, that's a fruit. He has this thing. He has this thing on his neck. He must be like a rich snob asshole, right? Okay, like, the prosecution is ready, Your Honor. No, that's not right. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. No, that doesn't sound right. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. I don't know. Whatever. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Miles Edgeworth. I better not show any signs of weakness today, or he'll be on me in an instant. Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement. Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence she committed this murder. We have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor. I see. Thank you, Miss Edgeworth. Or Miss Edgeworth? No, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin then. If we may call our first witness, Your Honor. The prosecution calls the chief officer at the scene, Detective Gumshoe. How's he? I want to hear his voice when he says like objection. You know, it's like how's he say like objection, 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 objection. Anyway, witness, please state your name and profession to the court. Because like if I had like a kind of like a reference, I guess I could at least try to imitate his voice a little bit. Anyway, sir. My name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in charge of homicides down the precinct, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder. Very well, sir. Let me use this floor map of the office to explain. The body was found by the west window here, and the cause of death? Loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object, sir. The murder weapon was a statue of the Thinker, found next to the body, sir. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in the girl's hands, sir. Sir. This court accepts the statue as evidence. They're still calling it a statue. Okay, we got the floor plans. Now, detective. Yes, sir. You immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey, who was found at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why? Yes, sir. I had hard evidence she did it, sir. Detective Gumshoe. Please testify to the court about this hard evidence. Alright. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were 2 people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Why? We had a witness account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fey at the very moment of the murder. The very moment, you say? Very well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examine what? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. Whoosh! Schmack! Hey, Maya just threw something at me. What's this? When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in the witness's testimony, she would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. We work lots of times. I should have expected Maya would know some of her sister's tricks. Alright, let's give this a try. Is something the matter? No, Your Honor. I'd like to begin my cross-examination. That's basically what we need to do. We need to just, press all of his statements and see what details we can, squeeze off the sponge of information that is Gumshoe. Let's see. Who did you say you got a call from? Hey pal, don't play dumb, you know who. The call was from a customer at the Gatewater Hotel, right across from the crime scene. Okay, I press. Not sure it did much though. Right. Continue. Okay. Detective Gumshoe, how long would you say it took between you receiving the call and your arrival at the scene of the crime? Right. I'd say it was about 3 minutes. That's pretty fast. Our motto this month is quick response. That's how I got there before the killer got away. Indeed. So, tell us who the two people you found in the scene were. Yes, sir. Defendant Miss Mayafe and the lawyer, Mr. Freaks, right. Are you absolutely sure it was us? Were you seeing other things? I don't know. Listen, pal, your dumb mouth will only get you so far. With her funky hippie clothes and your spiky hair, you two stand out like suspicious people at the crime scene. But all the characters kind of stand out. Everyone is super exaggerated, right? That's the Phoenix Wright style. Gotta make everyone gotta make everyone stand out, right? Anyway, I guess if I have a point about her, she is pretty unmistakable. I should pick my points to press with a little more care. Well, there isn't any really consequence to not pressing him, though. We can always just keep pressing, for the most part, I guess. Why is that? What's your reason? Why? We had a witness. Hold on just 1 second. Yeah? If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence she did it, correct? Huh? Did I say that? Me? I heard you say it. You did say it. You said it. Exactly. What about this suspicious woman in pink's, exactly what about this suspicious woman in pink's claim was hard evidence? What? Miss May isn't suspicious. She sure isn't pink, pal. Well, I guess she is pink. That's enough, Detective Gumshoe. Do you have any more solid proof other than her claims, Detective? I guess pressing can have its advantages. Yes! Gah, nani? Sorry, I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor, sir. There's something I should have told you about first, Your Honor. Very well, Detective. Let's hear your testimony again. Okay, new testimony now. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab test results showed that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. How you like that? That's my hard evidence. Before we begin cross-examination, I have a question for you, Detective. Your Honor? Why didn't you testify about this vital piece of evidence in the first time? I know. I'm real embarrassed I forgot about it, Your Honor, sir. Try to be more careful. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. Okay. Examine it with your eyes. Do you have eyes? No. Find anything? Don't jump the gun. Don't jump the gun. Okay. A memo. Just because you found it next to the body doesn't mean the victim wrote it. Ho ho! Then who did write it, smarty pants? Who? I did! The killer. The killer! Anyone can see that. Oh. You're saying the killer wrote her own name? Buddy, please. I'm assuming Maya's the killer. She was framed. Objection. Hold on. If that's the case, where's your evidence? Smug. Huh. I guess that was a bit of a tall order for you. Those without evidence shouldn't open their mouths, Mr. Wright. Yeah, pal. Well, detective. What was written in the memo? Oh, that was Maya. Do you have proof it was Mia who wrote that? Of course I do, pal. Uh-oh. Show that it was I was saying that, I was mentioning that before, like, you know, is it like is it strawberry jam? Is it like fake blood? Well, it is like it is like Mia's actual blood. Doesn't really prove anything though, you know, again, Maya could be framed. What kind of tests were these again? What kind? Well, I hear they take the little bits in the blood, the hemoglobin, hermogoblins, hobgoblin. I refuse to test all this matter, pal. I'm no expert on blood tests. Yes, that was quite clear. You may continue with your testimony. Thanks, pal. I mean, Your Honor. Detective Gumshoe. Yeah? I look forward to your next evaluation. Should you? That was a mess. Right, where was I? So there's blood found on the victim's finger. On which hand was the bloody finger, detective? The right hand. She was right-handed. I mean, it's like a higher probability that she is right-handed in the first place, so I don't know. Nice try. I guess it wasn't too hard to see what I was getting at there. Before she died, wrote the name. Detective Gumshoe, do you get a lot of cases where the victim actually writes the killer's name? Sure, it happens all the time in books and the movies. Well, this isn't a movie, detective, it's a video game. Let's talk about reality, shall we? I guess. I haven't heard of many cases, no. Don't you find it a little odd that the victim would write down a name? Especially the name of her own sister? Yeah, actually, you got a point, pal. Stop right there. The witness's opinion on the matter is irrelevant. The facts are clear. The victim wrote down the name of the accused. The victim told us the name of her killer. Man, Edward is so smug. Order. That didn't go so well. That's right. What he said. Well, that's his whole testimony. Okay, there has to be a contradiction in there somewhere. Okay, let's scrub through his testimony. Actually, just from a glance, I'm really not sure exactly what the contradiction is, though. I don't know. Actually, I don't know. Let's look at the evidence. Floor plans. We can look at this, I guess. We got this before. Okay. Maya. Yeah. Wiretap. I don't know. That's not relevant right now. Murder weapon. Time of death. Well, the death was instantaneous, wasn't it? That makes no sense. If she died instantaneously, how did she even write this name? Detective Gumshoe, there's one thing I want to clarify for me here. You say that the victim, Mia Fey, wrote this note. That she was accusing the defendant, Maya Fey? That's really what you're saying. What? This isn't one of those lawyer tricks now, is it? Of course she wrote it. Who else could have? You have it backwards, detective. Backwards? The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. This is a report from your department, detective. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object. She died immediately. But... No buddying your way out of this one, detective. Order. The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have had the time to write anything down. Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report? When? I don't know actually. When did I get an autopsy report? I guess I got it from Gumshoe, right? I mean... the day after? It was the day after the murder. The prosecution's point being... that autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor. What? Nani? A second autopsy was performed yesterday at my request. Death was almost immediate due to a blow from a blunt object, but there is a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received these results this morning. No way! Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine that the victim did have time to write Maya. That is all. I see. Darn you, Edgeworth. I should have known you'd have something up your sleeve. Man, you know, all the poses are great, you know, the way the animations are, but Edgeworth is super smug with those poses. Why, Mr. Wright, you look shocked. Something you want to say? I'm a sham. The detective's a sham. Detective Gumshoe, you're a sham. How could you give me a faulty report? Huh? I thought... Detective Gumshoe. Yeah. I'm disappointed in you handing him the wrong report like that. Sorry, sir. You are at fault, detective. This isn't gonna look good in your evaluation next month. Yeah, what? But... Your Honor, I submit this report to the court. Understood. The court accepts the evidence. Okay. So she didn't die instantaneously, she may have lived. May. I don't know. Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer. I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes. Darn, this isn't good. The prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes. Let the witness, Miss April May, take the stand. Exactly what part of her is innocent? Witness, your name, please.
April May, at your service. Tee-hee, wink.
Order. An introduction to not require any reaction from the crowd, even though she's super moe. The witness will refrain from wanton winking.
Oh, yes, Your Honor.
Oh, this is not good. She's already captured the heart of every man in this courtroom. Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5th when the murder occurred?
Gee, I was like, in my hotel room, Tee-hee. I checked in right after lunch.
And this hotel is directly across from the Fane-Ko law offices?
That's right, big boy.
Please testify to the court about what you saw. I'm kind of mixing up the voices with the judge and Edgeworth. I gotta be more smug with Edgeworth. I gotta ooze the smug. Anyway.
It was like 9 at night. I looked at the window, you know. And then, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Then the woman, like, dodged to one side and ran away. But that girl, she caught up to her and she hit her. Then the woman with long hair, she kinda slumped. The end. That's all I saw. Every little bitsy witsy winku.
Well, Your Honor, I see. It is a remarkably solid testimony. I don't see a need to trouble the witness any...
Wait, Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. Wright?
What about my cross-examination?
I thought the witness's testimony just now was quite firm, didn't you? Mr. Wright, I understand you were Miss Mia Fey's understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques well. Her cowardly way of finding tiny faults in the perfectly good testimonies.
Hey, how dare you?
Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness?
Nah, no thanks. No,
I'm doing it, obviously.
I'll gladly proceed with the cross-examination. If only because I have a feeling Edgeworth doesn't want me to. She has to have some weakness.
Very well, you may begin your cross-examination.
Okay, 9 and 9, look at the window. Why are you looking out the window? It's weird. Press! Why did you do that? Huh? Why? Like, why what? Why did you look out the window? Were you expecting to see something? Oh, well, gee. What, that's it? You can't get out of this question that easily. I sort of, you know... I had a feeling. Well, I have a feeling she's trying to avoid the question. Maybe I should press a little harder on this one? Sure. Let's see how far I can run with this. Surely you must have had a reason to look out your window at the time of the night.
Mr. Wright, I will not have you badgering my witness.
Badgering?
You insist on needing her with these trivial questions. I really don't think it should be allowed.
Oh no.
Order. Mr. Wright, you have been warned.
Poor girl, what about poor me?
You looked out the window, what did you see next?
A woman with long hair being attacked.
The woman with long hair, that was Mia Fey?
Mm-hmm, slender, sort of. Well, some people might say pretty if that's your thing.
Your thing? And the person attacking her?
The one attacking her was this mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Or mousy or mousy, I don't know.
How do you know she was the defendant?
Huh? Well, you know, she had a girlish physique. Women knows these things. Look, I just know, okay?
There's only one person to see in the crime with a short, girlish figure. The testimony is bulletproof, Your Honor.
He's right.
Hold on a minute, the testimony stinks.
What?
Miss May, I'm willing to bet that... You saw nothing! Did you really see the defendant at all? Mr. Wright, what's the meaning of this?
Yes, what's the meaning? Somebody tell me, because I'm clueless. About this, I mean.
Okay? If you really witnessed my client, Mia Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me. I mean, oh, you have spiky hair, by the way, so I don't know. I don't think most people don't have spiky hair in real life. Then again, in anime, maybe. However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of those things. The testimony is bogus.
But...
Still, we don't know if she was dressed that way the night of the murder. She was, Your Honor. I saw her. And so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May?
What are you trying to say? You mean lawyer? Hey, I saw what I saw. I just didn't think that all the trifling little details were necessary, darling.
Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl, I promise.
Your testimony again, if you would. Damn, I almost had her.
Well, lies begets more lies, Phoenix Wright, remember? I did see everything, I did. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her with a weapon. I saw it, I did. That clock, that kind of statuey clock, the thinker, I think. Well, does the accuracy of my report not startle you, Tee-hee?
The clock, you say? I see. I only wish you had been so detailed from the beginning. Please begin the cross-examination. So, you saw me then, too?
Of course. I remember that spiky hair anywhere.
Spiky? Oh, it is spiky. The witness will refrain from personal attacks on the defense attorney.
Oh, was I a bad girl? I'm sorry.
Very well, continue. The dodged first attack and ran to the right. Interesting. Is that right as in your right, or as you look from the hotel?
Which hand do I hold my knife in again? Right, it was my right hand, right?
Satisfied, Mr. Wright? Please continue. Alright. And the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. How convenient for you to remember her hippie clothes.
And that's what that's what she was wearing. Oh, and her hair was all done up like a bun.
What happened then? You hit her with a weapon? I saw it, I did. Where did this weapon come from?
She picked it up from the desk.
I see. What's the weapon? Clock. A clock. Didn't this come up in another testimony recently?
Well, don't look so sour, Mr. Lawyer. You can't win them all.
No, but I have a feeling I'm onto something now. Well, if my hypothesis is correct, I think the fact that she knows it's a clock, that's very suspicious, isn't it? Unless there's something else I'm missing. Dodge to the right and... I don't know. Dodge to the right. I don't know if that's significant.
I'm thinking we present this? Seems like the correct idea. Again, the fact that she knows it's a clock, that's weird. Nobody else really knows it's a clock. Other than us, I guess, and Maya. And anyone involved in the first case, I guess. But other than that, Miss May wouldn't know this, would she? I'm gonna try. Miss May, what you said just now was quite revealing. Revealing? Ooh, you'd like that, wouldn't you? Naughty, Mr. Lawyer. You just said that this statue of the thinker was a clock. But there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock, too. And he was found guilty of murder. Order, order. Miss May, can you explain how you know this was a clock? Oh.
Objection. Objection! No. The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns. Yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright. The questions are all I have, Your Honor. And as you may recall, I've caught murders with these questions before. Well, only once. Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness. That was close. If you stop me there, the trial will be over.
I won, so what happens now?
What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock?
What? That's... because I heard it? Yes, I heard it say the time.
So, you've been to the law offices of Fei & Co.?
No, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard it from my hotel room. Hee.
The law offices of Fei & Co., where the murder took place, is very close to the hotel. She could easily have heard the clock. Well, Mr. Wright, are you satisfied?
No way in hell, Your Honor. I can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because it couldn't have wrong. Like, the clock only... Well, for one, there's two things, actually. For one, the clock only, like, says the time if you do, like, a particular thing, I guess. If I remember correctly. Unless I'm wrong, actually. Maybe not. Otherwise, it doesn't actually work right now. Right? Maya took all the stuff out of the thinker already, so there's no actual clock in it right now, even though it is a clock, but it's not working, so. Your Honor, members of the court, it is inconceivable that the clock in question rang. That clock is missing its clockwork.
How could she possibly?
Just take a look, right now.
Oh.
See anything interesting, Your Honor?
It is as the defense says. This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain the court the meaning of this?
It is as you can see. The clock was empty. I couldn't have wrong. Therefore, this witness is a big fat liar. Fat? Well, Miss May? Tisk, tisk. Quite a show you've put on for us, Mr. Wright. He knew the clock was empty. Somehow he knew. I'm afraid you forgot one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty. As you say, it can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there is no contradiction.
That is true. That is a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it.
And that is exactly what happened, Your Honor.
Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was removed?
Impossible, of course. I have proof.
What?
Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof you like so much. The evidence that proves when the clockwork was removed is right here. I think, right? There's a double check. Okay, I look a while, put some papers instead. Well, she didn't say exactly when she took it out, but I guess this is when it was mentioned. I think? There's nothing else that would say when exactly it was removed other than the phone conversation, right? So... take a look at this.
That's a very cute cell phone.
Oh, you have a girly phone. Wait, this isn't my phone. Listen. This is the defendant's cell phone, and it contains a recording. A recording of a conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder.
Order. The defendant's cell phone?
This wasn't brought to my attention. Oh, Edgeworth is all staggered now. He's taking some damage. Or perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it. The detective better remember he's up for evaluation soon. Look at his eyes. I don't think that's been animated before. The fact that his eyes are like, vibrating like that. It really is, yeah. I think it's like a port. It's like a port of a port. Port to the phone and a phone port to the PC, I think. Maybe? I'm assuming. That's my guess. I haven't done actual research yet. I gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big fella. Oh well, hey, let's hear the conversation. Beep. Oh, you just want me to hold on to the thinker then? For you then? If you could. I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now. It's not working. That's lame. Take out the clock guard out. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, we listened to that conversation at the very beginning. Your Honor, I think this makes it clear the clockwork was already gone by the time this was recorded. Which was well before the witness even arrived at her hotel. Well, Miss May, would you care to explain this to the court? Just how did you know that the weapon was a clock? Well, isn't it obvious? I saw that clock before. What store was that again? I go to so many. Oops, I forgot. So the witness has seen it before. That would make sense. Does the defense have any objections, Mr. Wright? Of course we do. The witness claims she had seen it before. This directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to this court. Well then, let's see it. Please produce this evidence that will prove the witness has not seen the clock before. Well, the clock itself. It's one of a kind. Well, two of a kind, technically. It's simple. This clock was never in any store ever. What? A friend of mine made that clock. Only two exist in the world. And the one that isn't here is in police custody. Impossible. Everything is sold in stores. Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. Oh, excuse is not on sale today? Oh. Let's go Super Saiyan. What's it to you, porcupine head? That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it, and she should die for it. Die! Now we see her true nature. Whoa! Let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm. Okay, she's back to normal, sort of. Silly me. Did I, lose it? I guess I did. Tee-hee. Wink. It's scary. Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock? Sneering at me. Or sneering at Phoenix, anyway. Oh dear. Does the defense have an opinion on this behavior? Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honor. Allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Miss April May, you knew the weapon was a clock because you had heard about it. I mean, there's no way she would have had it, you know. That's the whole point of our earlier objection. You know, that there's no way she would have known about it unless she would have heard about it. The witness had never held a clock in her hand. However, she had heard that it was a clock. She heard. That is correct, Your Honor. There's no other way she could have known the thinker was a clock. And I can show you the proof. Well, this is interesting. Let's see it then. Show me the evidence proving that the witness had heard the murder weapon was a clock. This one? I mean, that's the only type of evidence that would prove the fact that she had been tapping, you know, the phone conversation in the first place. Either that, or maybe the phone itself. Let's try. Have a look at this. That. So she's breaking under the pressure. I found this in Miss May's room. Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is. Miss April May, you were tapping the victim, Miss Mia Fey's phone, were you not? Your Honor, this is irrelevant. I'm not entirely sure that it is. Objection overruled. It shows me that our witness was in possession of a wiretap. This is outrageous. Does the defense truly claim that the witness was tapping her phone? Absolutely.
Even if that was the case, which it's not, you still have yet to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone? Can you prove that? I think not. Oh yeah, I think I can. It's simple. What? Here is my proof. The proof that the victim said on the phone that the weapon was a clock is... The proof that the victim said on the phone that the weapon was a clock... I mean, I guess we have to look at here. There's something about your home. What's it again? It's a clock. It's made to look like the statue, the thinker, right? That's what she said. So it makes sense. I present the defendant's cell phone. Yes, we've seen that. Listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim. What's up? You haven't called in a while. Well, there's actually something. Hold on for me. What was it? It's a clock. It's made to look like a statue. It tells you the time. Miss April May, you used the wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the thinker was a clock. Am I wrong? Your Honor, this is ridiculous. Your Honor, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defense demands an answer. Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May. Shut up, all of you. What gives you the right to talk to me like that, you lawyer? I think she's quite mad.
It's no fair. All of you ganging up on me like that. Oh, so I'm the bad girl, is that it? Is that it? Wait.
That did it. The court's seen the real Miss April May now. Now to deal the final blow. You did it, didn't you? Well, that's impossible. Her alibi, the fact that, you know, she called the police in the first place and was in that hotel room at the time of Mia's death, makes it impossible for her to be the actual culprit. So I guess all we can ask is, why do you have a wiretap in the first place? Why did you tap her phone? Answer the question.
Do I have to? Isn't this a murder trial? Isn't tippity tapping irrelevant?
She's saying exactly what Edgewood wants her to say. Miss May, you are tapping the victim's phone. I hardly call that irrelevant. While this court does not condone the defense's tone of voice, he has a point. Well, Miss May, do you have an explanation for the court? Can you prove you had nothing to do with this murder, even though you tapped her phone? And again, I mentioned this before. I forgot the term, the actual legal term, but the fact that, you know, Phoenix is bringing in evidence that he only knows, you know, the wiretap in the first place, like, you can't really submit that in actual court in real life, but whatever. I guess, I don't know, I guess in video game courts, it's completely fine. So we're just gonna assume that she did wiretap the victim. You know, considering the testimony she had before, right? Anyway, I can see her pull that off.
Mr. Lawyer, I saw that evil grin. You are probably thinking I'd like to see her pull that off, aren't you?
Damn, she's good.
Well, you're not the first man who's thought of that, and of course I can and will.
Well, you can't be serious. No way.
Way, I say, way! Oh, and I assure you, I'm serious, Mr. Lawyer. Okay, so, the killing happened around 9 at night. Why? That's just when I was getting room service from that sweet bellboy.
Room service?
Iced coffee, I believe it was. Iced coffee, you know? Like normal coffee, but cold. If you don't drink it quick, the ice melts and then you have regular cold coffee.
Iced coffee?
I think I'm making this up. Ask the bellboy, wink.
Ergo, the witness was not on the scene at the time of the murder. So where does that leave us? It is my greatest displeasure to inform you The witness appears to have been tapping the victim's telephone. However, that is a separate crime with no bearing on the current case whatsoever. Her testimony stands. She saw the defendant Maya Fey commit murder. No, they're gonna let her just walk away. There's no way I can win this unless I tie Miss Fey to the murder somehow. Well, does the defense have anything to say? Well, come on, think of something. Calling the bellboy? Continue examining Miss May. That's a hard decision. We don't know. I mean, if she's telling the truth about the bellboy, but the thing is, I guess Phoenix right now, he's trying to pin the crime on Miss May. I mean, I already gave the reason why she can't be the culprit, though. But that doesn't really matter. We just want her here so we can somehow, you know, get more information out of her, like why she was wiretapping in the first place. Continuing examining her. Call the bellboy. I actually don't know. And again, I played this game before, but I've pretty much forgotten most of it, so I don't know what the correct answers are really, unless I, you know, think of the solutions. I had to go through the process again, you know, try to figure everything out with the power of logic and everything. I think we could call the bellboy, maybe. Maybe we can get something out of the bellboy. Maybe he knows something. Maybe he knows something about the fact that Miss May in the first place was wiretapping, right? He's been in and out, right? The defense would like to call the hotel bellboy as a witness. There's something suspicious here. I'm gonna get to the bottom of it.
I think you're sucking quite low enough already.
I object to calling the bellboy. Why? What's your reason? Because I hold that the wiretapping had nothing to do with the killing. However, if you agree to one condition, I'll consent to calling the witness. Condition: if Miss April May's alibi is not called into question after you examine the bellboy, then you will recognize that Miss April Fey was not the killer, or Miss April May. I keep saying Fey. Fey is the last name of Maya and Mia, not April. Miss April Fey was not the killer, thus she's innocent. And thereby you must also accept the verdict of guilty for Miss Maya Fey. That is my condition. What? I'd better find something suspicious in that bellboy's testimony. Otherwise, Maya will be declared guilty on the spot. What should I do? Well, we're already in too deep. Alright, I've got nothing to lose, except for, well, everything. Understood. I accept your condition. Fool. You fell right into my trap. Uh-oh. Wait. Oops. Very well. The court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand. I believe we're ready for the witness to testify. He certainly does look like a bellboy. Yes, sir. I received your summons in the middle of my work, sir. I'm happy to be of service. I forgot what voice I even gave the bellboy in the first place. You only saw him like a little bit, so. The tea set looks rather heavy, so without further ado, the witness may begin his testimony. Very good, sir. Okay, will you say anything incriminating? I don't know. Are you the real killer? Well, I don't know. Does he have an alibi? I am the head bellboy at the Fine Gatewater Hotel, in business for 4 generations. I believe I received a call after 8 in the evening from our guest Miss May. 8 in the evening. She asked for a nice coffee to be brought to her at 9 on the dot, sir. I brought it to her at the precisely requested time, of course. I don't know, he looks a lot different in this picture. And I delivered the iced coffee to her guest, Miss Fey herself. Let me see. The defense may begin its cross-examination. Right, I'm ready, I hope. This is it. If I can't prove Miss May was involved in the murder now, Maya will be finished. Okay. Are you really the head bellboy? Objection! No, What exactly is it that you do at the hotel? Why? Anything required of me, sir? I check in guesses, I check out guesses. I clean rooms, I make beds. I even deliver room service, sir. I check Miss May in personally. Are you always so prim? Mr. Wright, you will refrain from asking frivolous questions. Okay. Okay, 8 o'clock. Are you sure it was Miss May on the phone? Absolutely, sir. How can you be so certain? I checked Miss May in personally, sir. Not only did I see her in all her stunning radiance, I also heard her voice. And then I saw them, and I... oh, them.
She's talking about the boobies.
Anyway, the point being I remember her quite well, sir. I guess he doesn't keep his composure when he sees cleavage. Yes, what then? She asked for an iced coffee at 9. Okay, 9 on the dot, you say? Yes, I confirmed that detail several times. She was watching a program on the TV, and I wished to drink after she finished, sir. 9 o'clock, the time of the murder. I brought it to her at the requested time. Precisely 9 then. Precisely, exactly, and most definitely, sir, 9 o'clock p.m. How can you be so sure? Miss May was quite insistent that it be brought then. Oh, bellboy, Tee-hee, I'd like iced coffee at exactly 9 o'clock. Something like that, sir. Therefore, I knocked on her door at the crack of 9, sir. Why would she be so particular about that time? Also, why are you holding a tea set with cookies in the courtroom? That's weird. Anyway, you are sure it was Miss April May herself? Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. Yes, sir. As in, so very absolutely, sir. It's an endearing mannerism of mine. How come you're so very certain? Well, when I brought the room service, sir, the guest, sir, she favored me with, an embarrasser, sir. Embarrasser, is that French for embrace? It's French for kiss, sir, but not a French kiss, sir, more like a peck on the cheek. Why would she have done that? I believe perhaps she was momentarily swayed by my prim demeanors, sir. It was a moment I shall never ever forget, sir. Sounds pretty fishy to me. I think our Miss May was up to something and wanted the bellboy to remember her. It's no good. There's nothing there. Oh no! Is this game over? Is that it? Uh-oh. Tisk tisk. Finally you understand. This bellboy has absolutely no reason to lie. Now, if you have any decency, you will end this rather tedious cross-examination here. It was a bit tedious. The witness may leave the stand. I can't let this happen, can I? No, I can't. This is our only choice. Wait, please, wait. Yes? Does the defense have something to add? One last question. Let me ask one last question. Your Honor, I must object. This charade of justice has gone long enough. Now, Mr. Edgeworth. Alright, Mr. Wright, I'll give you one more question, that's all. Okay. This is really it now. This is my last chance. What do I ask him about? Bed making, room service, check-in. I don't know? What do I ask her? Checked her in. Delivered room service at the time of the murder. Testifies that she saw the murder. Does this have to do anything? I don't know. She saw the murder. Wiretap. Well, it doesn't say exactly when she died here. I guess around 9, right? She may have lived for a few minutes after being hit. After 9. I mean, that's kind of weird. If she lived for a few minutes after she was hit, and she insists that it was a 9, well, I don't know. What exactly did she see, or was she lying about something? Because we know that Mia died around that 9, right? That's what Maya also came in around 9, right? I don't know. I mean, check-in seems not very... I don't think that's relevant. Exactly when she checked in. Bed making is obviously nothing that's nothing to do with anything. Maybe we asked about room service? The fact that he came at 9 exactly. Tell me again about room service. Again, sir. Exactly 9, I delivered room service to Miss May in room 303. The guest had requested iced coffee. $18 was the charge, as I recall. I see. $18. Does that seem a little bit expensive? Is that it? Is that what's suspicious? Yes, well, iced coffee for 2, you know. And we don't skip on the ice, sir. For 2. What did he say? What did you just say? Rather, quite. Bellboy, tell us the truth now. Was someone else staying in Miss May's room? I object. That was objectionable. That's what you have? Objection. I object. With another objection. Objection of a rule, the witness will answer the question. Yes, I see. Why did you not mention this in your testimony? Well, sir, you didn't ask. Nice try. That's the sort of thing you're normally supposed to mention. Yes, quite, indeed. It was the, good barrister there, Mr. Edgeworth, who... He asked me not to mention if I wasn't specifically asked, sir. You fool! I've done it, I've won. Miss April May checked into the twin room with a man, correct? Yes, sir. Then, when you brought them room service, you didn't see that man in the room. That's right, sir. Your Honor, we have just learned of another person involved who may have been the murderer. In light of this new fact, I hold that it's impossible to judge the defendant. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? And who, Mr. Wright? Who is this other person? Simple. It was... well, other person is another April May, or the bellboy. Well, that makes no sense, because, you know, if he was there, unless, again, he's also lying, but otherwise, he wouldn't be the murderer. It can only be the other person in the room, or he should be anyway. The man who checked in with Miss May. Your Honor, as has been previously revealed, Miss April May was tapping the victim's phone. Yet Miss May herself has an alibi at the time of the murder. However, that does not clear the man that was with her. The bellboy saw no one else in the room at the time of the murder. My, what a convenient little setup, but it's too late. Too late? I suppose you liked it if it was too late, wouldn't you? After all, it was you who hid the presence of the other man from this court. Upstart. Amateur. These accusations are ludicrous. Enough. The court acknowledges the defense's argument. I expect the prosecution and defense to look into this matter fully. Am I understood? Yes. Yes, Your Honor. This is all today for the trial of Maya Fey. Court is adjourned. Oh, we got through that section. It's not over yet. But we survive another day. Mr. Wright, you were amazing in there. Really? I think I might be your newest fan. Oh, I was just doing my job, you know?
Well, then again, the other attorney was pretty cool too. Huh? That face of his, with his eyes wide and trembling lips. It sends shivers up my spine. If you say so. So, what happens with me? Do I get to go home now? Oh, well... No, I don't think so. Not yet. Oh, I see. But I got a great lead in today's trial. A lead? That man with Miss May, he's the key. Oh, I get it. What happened to Miss May after that, anyway? I heard they arrested her. I guess she's learning her charms won't work everywhere. She's probably at the detention center now. I may have to go down there later. Anyway, this case is far from closed. Yes, sir. I'm going to find out more about this man. Do you think he was the one who... Maybe so. Sis. Nee-chan. Don't worry, I'll find him by tomorrow, I promise. I'm counting on you. I asked for a full record of April May's testimony. I thought it might come in handy during the trial tomorrow. But now that I have it, I'm not so sure. Most of our testimony was all lies. In fact, there's only one part that hasn't been stricken from the record. Yeah, that one. We didn't really focus on that part. The fact that the victim dodged to the right and then she was struck. I don't know how much good this will do me at all now. Anyway, time to hit the pavement and do some investigating. Maya doesn't belong in that detention center, and it's up to me to set her free. To be continued. Save.